You know what nobody really warned you about when the kids leave? It's not just the quiet, it's not just the sadness, it's not even the, well, now what feeling. It's the moment you realize the house is calm and you don't know what to do with yourself in it. You could finally sit down. Your calendar is suddenly lighter. And instead of feeling relief, you think, why do I feel so strange right now? Most women don't talk about that part because they're still standing in the doorway waving goodbye, trying to be brave. But there's something hiding underneath the surface, underneath the silence, something most women miss at first. Today, I want to walk you through 5 surprising, simple perks of the empty nest. Not the Pinterest version, not the now you can travel the world version, the real one. The dishes still in the sink, laundry piles smaller than they used to be, standing in your kitchen at 9 p.m. version. And if you're listening thinking, perks? Because it mostly just feels lonely right now, stay with me. This episode is for you. Let's begin. By the end of this episode, I want you to feel less broken for missing your kids and a little more curious about what this season is quietly giving back to you. Nothing has gone wrong. You're not behind. You're not doing the empty nest wrong. You're standing at the edge of your next chapter, even if it doesn't feel exciting yet. And that matters. You get your time back, and that's emotional, not just practical. When my youngest started needing me less, I didn't suddenly feel free. I felt untethered. Once she got her license and I didn't need to take anybody anywhere anymore, I was kind of like, oh, no, I didn't really feel free. I just felt untethered. For years, my time belonged to carpools and dinners and homework and talks. Then one day, it didn't. I remember the first weekday morning when no one needed a ride. No lunches to pack. No text asking, where's my hoodie? I stood in the kitchen thinking, now what? That free time didn't feel exciting at first. It felt awkward, almost lonely. But here's the surprising perk most people don't realize. That time wasn't just extra, it was mine again. For years, my calendar belonged to everyone else. When that stopped, I realized how long it had been since I'd asked myself what I wanted to do with an hour. Now, what should I do? Now, not what I should do, not what would be productive, just what sounded good. So here's your take home tip. For 1 week, don't fill the time. Instead, ask the question once a day, what do I want to do with this hour? Even if the answer is sit and think, that counts. Okay, next perk. The quiet lets you feel yourself again. The quiet can feel loud at first. I remember standing in the kitchen thinking, why does this house feel so empty when my heart feels so full of memories? But here's the surprising perk. Without the noise of everyone else's needs, your own thoughts finally have space. And yes, sometimes that means grief shows up, but also means your inner voice gets louder, the one that's been whispering for years. So here's your take-home tip. When the house feels quiet, don't grab the phone right away. Give yourself 5 minutes and ask, what am I noticing about myself lately? Write it down. No fixing, just noticing. Your identity gets to expand, not disappear. A lot of women tell me, I don't know who I am if I'm not needed every minute. Here's the truth. Being a mom didn't disappear. It just stopped being your only role. That's a perk, even if it feels scary. This season lets you become more, not less. You don't have to erase the mom part. You get to add to it. There's a Chinese parable of the bamboo tree. It illustrates the importance of patience and perseverance during this time. Despite the initial lack of growth, the bamboo continued to develop strong roots under the ground. So for 4 years, it looked like nothing was happening. But after 4 years of nurturing, the tiny sprout emerges, and within 6 months, it grows to a remarkable height. The story teaches that what you've learned as a mom, all the years you've learned, you've been growing underneath the ground as you cultivated and helped your kids grow, you get to take that with you in the future. You're not starting over, you're adding to it. And the lesson of the bamboo tree emphasizes that one should not give up on their efforts as their roots are preparing for future growth. Just as that bamboo did under the ground, you've been doing that for years and years, and now it's time for you to grow to a remarkable height. So here's your take-home tip for this next perk. Finish the sentence without overthinking it. Lately, I've been curious about fill in the blank. Curiosity is a clue. Follow it gently. Okay, the next perk. Your relationships can shift in beautiful ways. When your kids leave, relationships change. We talked about this in episode 4. Your marriage, your friendships, even the relationship with your kids, at first it can feel like a loss. One of my clients told me, I noticed conversations with my kids felt different. Her child had just gone to college, and she said, my conversations with my kids felt different. Less about logistics, about chores, about what needed to get done, but more about who they were becoming. It was nice not to have to worry about all that. And with my husband, there was suddenly space. Sometimes awkward space, but also opportunity. We have to relearn how to be together without parenting as the main topic. Friendships changed too. I found myself craving deeper conversations instead of surface level ones. But the perk? You get to relate as adults now. Conversations deepen. Friendships become more intentional. Your marriage has room to breathe. And if something feels off, this season shows where honesty is needed. So here's your take-home tip. Choose one relationship to be intentional with this week. I teach that create your magic morning to my clients. The R stands for nurture a relationship, a text, praying for them, a walk, a real conversation. No multitasking. Connection doesn't have to be loud to be meaningful. Okay, the next perk of the empty nest that's surprising and simple, you finally get to ask, what's next? And mean it. This is my favorite perk. For years, the question was, what do the kids need next? Now the question becomes, what do I want my life to look like? Not someday, not after everyone else is settled, now. That's not selfish, that's healthy. Where my energy goes, the result grows. I love that saying. Where my energy goes, the result grows. Now you get to decide where you're going to put your energy. What are you going to help grow that bamboo? Last episode, I talked about a quote I put in my office, and she created a life she loves. That helps remind me to put my energy in creating a life I love. I'm choosing to put my energy into that. Here's your take-home tip. Ask yourself this before bed tonight. If this is the start of my next chapter, what do I want more of? You don't need a full answer. You just need a first honest one. If you're listening to this and thinking, I didn't expect any of this to feel like a perk, that makes sense. The empty nest doesn't announce its gifts right away. It shows up as quiet, as space, as time you don't quite know what to do with yet. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the perk isn't that everything feels better overnight. Maybe the perk is that you finally have room again. Room to hear yourself. Room to notice what you want. Room to become more than who you had to be for so long. You didn't lose something when the kids left. You gained access to a part of yourself that's been waiting patiently. So don't rush this season. Let it unfold. Let the quiet work on you. If this episode surprised you in a good way, share it with another empty nest mom who might still be wondering if there's any good on the other side of the quiet. There is. And this might be the beginning of seeing it. Thanks for being here today. I'll see you next week.
If this felt familiar, you're not alone. I created a short quiz, Who Am I, after the kids leave. It helps you name what actually is going on for you in this season and what you might need next. You'll find the link in the description. And if you want more conversations like this, you could subscribe. I'm here every week.